Oh boy. So I go from one game that's problematic to another. I am so surprised I did not pick up on this. Like, I actually did not pick up on this. I did not know what Sunday Night Football was going to be. So this is a nice surprise. Also maybe a frustrating surprise. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Sunday Night Football here. We've got Washington taking on the Cowboys. Washington with the win today will be one game behind the last spot in the wild card round. A loss does not eliminate them, but it could potentially do that. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they have already clinched the NFC East. They've won the division. So a win tonight will get them one game behind the Green Bay Packers for that #1 seed in the NFC as a whole. So yeah, I mean, for the Cowboys, they're just playing to see if they can get themselves that #1 spot. You're trying to get that #1 seed, get that first round bye. Washington, they are literally fighting for their lives. As usual, you know, nothing else is really different here when it comes to Washington. They're usually fighting for their lives. Cowboys got the ball to start off the game here, so we will see how that goes for them. Either way, I kind of could really use some good stuff here, man. I could really use a win from these guys here. Please. Please. I'm not going to say I could really use it. I'm still fine at the end of the day. It is what it is. But yeah, Dallas does have the ball to start off here, and they are slowly moving the chains. Second down here for the Cowboys. Joe Burrow will throw 400 passing yards every time he plays. If it happens, so be it. It is what it is. Dallas has been an interesting team. You know what? When I look at Dallas, I look at Dallas as a really good team. But I wouldn't put them over a Green Bay. I wouldn't put them over a Tampa. I'm not 100% sure I would put them over the Rams. I think they're a good team. 2nd and 11, and Dak gets sacked. I see them as a really good football team that I'm not exactly sure I completely trust come postseason time. Which makes sense. I don't think anyone's really trusted Dallas come postseason time. But it still is something to take note of. Either way, Dallas is in the playoffs no matter what. They've clinched, so it is what it is. As a Steelers fan, pain. It is what it is, big dog. That's just the type of season. 3rd and 16. You will. What the hell? Okay. I'm like, they tried to pull what. Well, look at this. Did they really do this? They tried to pull what the Jets pulled. Wow. They tried to pull what the Jets pulled. So this ball was thrown here to Wilson, and he just tosses it back to Amari Cooper to try to get the extra yards to pick up the first down. That's exactly the play the Jets pulled off last week. They tried to pull it off here. Since they've set this up, and they didn't get it this time, but they really set this up. So Washington's defense makes a stop. They're going to punt this football, and Washington will get the ball first. Again, season's kind of on the line here for Washington. You want to win this game. Everything's on the line here. You're going to need this game. You're going to need this game. So, best of luck to Washington. They're still fighting for their playoff lives. But either way, I would love for them to get a win here. But, you know, who knows what's going to happen with this?
That's not fair.
Who knows what's going to happen with this? Either way, Washington, as long as you fight to the end, I'll live with the results. Because there's nothing else I can really do at this point. But yeah, the AFC this year has just been so weird. Like, it's been so weird that honestly, I just don't even know how it's going to go, man. I have no idea how it's going to go. With the way the Chiefs have been playing recently, it really looks like they may end up taking the AFC again. Because they've been playing fantastic football over the last couple weeks. Then you got the Colts in this situation, and they've been looking scary. So potentially a Colts Chiefs matchup in the postseason would be nice. The Chargers have been way too inconsistent. I'm a little bit scared that they might not make the playoffs. Ravens, I have no clue what's going to happen with that. It's just been crazy all over the place. It's been crazy all over the place. Not gonna lie, this year has been, y'all, with how wide the AFC is. If the Ravens were healthy, they'd be dominating. We can do if, ands, or buts at the end of the day, but we are rounding down to the 2021 season here, and this is the situation. Not gonna do if, ands, or buts. That's just how it is. Being a New Yorker and my second favorite team being the G-Men, I hope y'all beat the bricks off of Dallas. Respect, of course. I hope they do. I really hope they do. Especially because their season's on the line. Saints need to pull their defense. They need to pull the defense they play against the Bucks and bring it against the Dolphins. That's not how it is. That's not how it is. The Saints only play like that against the Bucks. It's been a thing over the last couple years in the regular season. That defense, for some reason, figures out how to play the Bucks in the regular season, and they just dominate. That's how it is. So they're not pulling no type of defense like that against the Dolphins. That only works against the Bucks. That is a game plan specifically to slow down the Bucks offense, and it works to a charm in the regular season. In the postseason, that's a different conversation. Burrow scored 3 points against a healthy Ravens secondary, and Marcus Peters picked him off. That's great. I mean, it's nice to talk about the past, but it doesn't mean nothing now. The main thing EDC needs to do this offseason is build a wall in front of Lamar, make sure Stanley gets healthy, resign Bozeman, and draft the right tackle in the first round. We've seen what Lamar can do with an O-line. Yeah, just fix up the offensive line. We'll be fine. 1st and 10 here for Washington. Right off the bat, Heineke's going deep, and he gets picked. So this is what we're doing today. Congrats, 11 picks on the season for Diggs, but this is what we're doing today. The first play, he decides to test out Diggs. You got McLaurin lined up against Diggs, and he says, I'm going to test it. I trust my receiver. That's great. Only thing is, you underthrew the pass, Heineke. Oh, my goodness. That's a 50-50 ball, and Terry didn't even have a shot with that. Diggs ran that like it was his route. First play of the drive, first play of the game for Washington starts off with a pick. Well, glad to see Diggs' son is having fun up there in the stands, seeing his dad ball out. His son's been everywhere recently, man, doing all these. He's been all sorts of like shows and stuff like that. It's been nice to see, you know. But yeah, right off the bat, that's how we start off the game. Really, that's how we start off the game. Really, Washington? First play, take a shot, get picked off. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised at all? At this point, it's just become so normal to me at this point. 2nd and 2 here. They're going to hand this to Zeke, and Zeke is just running all over the place. Which injury? There's no. First of all, we're not dealing with injuries in more impact. Both of them impacted. I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, this one was more impacted than that one. The Ronnie Stanley injury, it was a huge impact. Marcus Peters' injury was a huge impact. Both these injuries were a huge impact. I can't say which was more. That's just a weird thing to ask too. Like, which one's the worst? Which one had more impact? Which injury had a more impact? This one or that one? No, both of them had an impact. Both of them were brutal, and both of them hurt. I'm not going to start ranking which one was a worse injury or which one had a bigger impact, which loss specifically had a bigger impact. Nah, both of them had an impact. Both of them hurt. So, yeah, I can't really rank that type of thing. 2nd and 5. Quick throw here by Dak. It is caught by Schultz, and he picks up a first down, and they are moving the chains. Bears did what the Ravens couldn't. Yeah, they converted on the 2-point conversion. Congrats to them. They got that win. They really need to change their name back to. First of all, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're not changing their name back to that. After everything that's happened, they're not going back to that name. It's at this point, they have stood tall. They stood tall. Dak's just going to scramble. They've stood tall with that name for the longest until they changed it. And now that they changed it, they're not going to go back. Yeah, what's going on, George? But they're not going back with that. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Washington Diplomats, they've put out polls to determine the name for themselves, but for some reason they're just rocking with the football team, which honestly fits them perfectly because What can you say about this team? Over the last 20 years, what can you say about Washington besides, well, they're a football team. Look at the jump. Dak's taking a shot. It is caught. Get that to Amari Cooper. That's going to put them at first and goal. That was a clear jump. Looks like Dallas is in business here. About to be first and goal for them. It feels like this season is just here just to torture me personally. I don't even know what would be the... You know what? Thinking about it now, what would be the worst thing that could really happen? Honestly, I don't think I could really sit back and say... I don't know. Really? Maybe Kansas... No. Even if Kansas City wins another ring, I don't think that's going to hurt me like that. Oh, fumble! And it's picked up. What's your opinion on my Chiefs? Are we scary again? You guys have gotten it together. You guys look like a legit threat. You've gotten yourselves together over the last several weeks. Offense is continuing to get it going. You're continuing something, and that's great. I would definitely say Kansas City probably right now would be the team to beat in the postseason, but I would also look at the Colts and say they deserve a lot of credit. I would love to see the Chiefs and Colts go at it in the postseason because the Chiefs right now, they look dangerous. The Colts look dangerous. Those two matching up would be a very, very interesting game in the postseason. I hope we get a Chiefs and Colts matchup. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. But yeah, they look good right now. They look good and they continue to play well. But honestly, based on what I've seen so far, the NFC is going to take a Super Bowl. The NFC is about to take the Super Bowl this year. The NFC really finna take this Super Bowl. 3rd and 3 here. Dak just tosses it to Zeke, who's wide open. Touchdown. Why was Zeke wide open for the touchdown? All right, Dallas strikes first in a game they really don't need, but they're fighting for first place. Meanwhile, Washington, who has everything to lose in this game, is down 7-0 here. It is what it is. It's gonna be a long game. Yeah, I'm not even surprised. Listen, I sat back here and I watched the Ravens get blown out by the Bengals. If I gotta watch the Cowboys blow out Washington, it is what it is. That's rough. I gotta watch 2 games of divisional rivals blowing out the teams I support. Like, what is happening? Maybe it's because my Christmas was too good. I think this week was so good for me that I had to pay it back. Because everything's been great for me, but all of a sudden, this happens. Okay. The Chargers beat the Raiders, but we beat the Chargers. It's a it's a 3-way tiebreaker situation here. So the Ravens are in the playoffs because they the Ravens are in the playoffs due to the 3-way tie situation. Actually, they're in the playoffs specifically. Well, in terms of the Raiders, the reason the Raiders are not there is because of the 3-way tie, and the 3-way tie immediately cuts everything off, which puts the Chargers above the Raiders. As for the Ravens, the reason they're there is because they have a better record than the Chargers. Not that better. They have they beat them head to head. Not a better record, but they beat them head to head. So because the Ravens beat the Chargers head to head, they get the 7th seed. But that's only gonna last for today. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and Miami will have an opportunity to take that 7th spot, which would be really nice for Miami. Honestly, if the Ravens don't make the playoffs, I would love to see Miami make the playoffs because I'm tired of people talking trash about Tua. That's all I'm saying. I watched my Steelers get blown out. Yeah, it is what it is, man. AFC North, it ain't in the cards. This is Ben's last ride for the Steelers. Get ready to look for your future guy. How did Chargers lose to the Texans? Well, the Texans upsetted them. It happens. At this point, is anyone surprised to see an upset? Didn't the Lions upset the Cardinals or something? Like, every week, a team's getting upset. This is the year of the upset. I'm not even surprised. There's no how is this. It's just how it is. It's the year of the upset. Everyone's getting upsetted. This season for the Ravens is giving me 2018 vibes, except the defense is horrible, but we're on the verge of missing the playoffs, and we need Lamar to save us. It is what it is. If we make the playoffs, if we miss the playoffs, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit back and stress over this like, oh, my God, if we do this, we got to do that. We need this. Nah, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that. If we make the playoffs, cool. We'll take a shot. We'll take our chances against whoever we got to face off in the wild card round. If we miss the playoffs, so be it. We'll focus on getting our players back, make some changes in the offseason, and run it back next year. So it is what it is. It is what it is, but I'm not about to stress over these games. I've told plenty of Ravens fans, don't stress over this. If you want to spend your night stressing over this, by all means do it. But for me, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy these final 2 games. Whatever comes of these final 2 games, I'll live with the results. I'm not going to complain. The teams fought to the end. As long as they show some heart and fight, I'll just live with the results. That's just how it is at this point. So it is what it is. Am I the only one mad that OBJ made a Pro Bowl, but Creed didn't? He is a better right tackle than left tackle. I should have listened to Ravens fans. I mean, we told you that, but it is what it is. I mean, he's still doing well for you, I guess, kind of. Why does Herbert play like Peyton Manning one week and the next week he plays like the first 8 games of the season, Mahomes? Because I don't know, he's a young quarterback. Taking time to develop. He's a young quarterback. Not every week it's not going to be out here balling out every single week. He's a young quarterback. Certain teams have to separate themselves. I mean, at some point they do. At a certain point they do. That's just how it is. I saw my Steelers get blown out. That was rough and unfortunate right there. Wow, I didn't even realize that. They didn't even have a time to introduce the offense. That's how quick we turned the ball over. Wow, they had no time to introduce Washington's offense because the first play, Heineke throws a pick. That was too quick. And now you're down by 7, Washington. How do you respond? Heineke, what can you give me, man? First down here, nothing. Just throws it in the dirt. Just throws it in the dirt. If the Ravens get to the playoffs, anything can happen because we stay in close games. Yeah, anything can happen. That's the basic thing you can say as a fan. Doesn't guarantee you're going to win everything. Not every situation is going to be like the 2011 Giants, but it is what it is. The Pro Bowl is a popular player. Pro Bowl is a popular player vote. A player fond vote. Fire EDC and Harbaugh. Start the rebuild. That's stupid. And no, they're not doing that. 2nd and 10. Heineke, pressure in his face. I don't know how he got that off. How did he get that off? All right, first down picked up. Ravens are not going to win another Super Bowl under EDC and Harbaugh. I mean, you're free to express your opinion, yeah, but again, they're not firing Harbaugh. They're not firing DeCosta. They don't win another Super Bowl under them. First of all, the 2 Super Bowls we won was under DeCosta. Well, not under Ozzie. It was under Ozzie. DeCosta was not the GM when we won those 2 rings. He was there, but we didn't win them under DeCosta. We won them under Ozzie. That's the difference. Now, one was won by Harbaugh, but both were under Ozzie, not DeCosta. So we never won a Super Bowl under DeCosta. But again, if it happens, it happens. Again, you can't predict the future and try to be like, oh yeah, fire these dudes, fire this dude. If you can find another top 10 head coach to come over and take John Harbaugh's spot, by all means do so. But until you can find that guy, you're not firing Harbaugh. It would be stupid at this point. Not to mention the relationship he has with Lamar. I mean, you want to have Lamar heading into his 5th year, now have to come deal with a new head coach and try to gauge that man's personality. It's not going to work. I keep trying to tell people that want to fire Harbaugh. 2nd and 4, oh my God, that could have been picked right there. 3rd down. I keep trying to tell people that keep saying fire Harbaugh. 1, if you can find me another top 10 coach, by all means, do so. If you can find another top 10 coach, let's give it a try and let him replace Harbaugh. That's 1. But 2, and most importantly, John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson have a strong bond. They have a strong connection. You're telling me you want to rip that away from your franchise quarterback and you think that's going to benefit him? That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. That would be a terrible mistake. You want to give Lamar a new head coach heading into his 5th season, and you think that's going to be positive. 3rd and 4, Heineke just sees pressure and there's nothing there. There's just nothing there. But you can't do that. That just wouldn't make sense. The man has clearly built a strong relationship here with this head coach. And you just want to pull him, man. You just want to pull him? No. Okay, Ali, you're probably just trolling. Harbaugh got saved by Lamar, man. Jesus learned some football. So I don't even know if I should even patronize this with a response, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're not trolling. So you want to tell me that we should fire Harbaugh? Yeah, Lamar saved Harbaugh's job. We already know that. But you're gonna ignore the relationship that he has with Lamar Jackson, and you would rather bring in a new head coach Forget about the relationship, the trust they built. You want to bring in a new head coach heading into Lamar's 5th year, and you think that's going to work. So are you telling me Harbaugh going for analytics is the best choice for us? No, I've never agreed with that. I've said that on several occasions. I don't like going for the analytics. But at the same time, there are moments where you can be aggressive. The difference is 2019, we followed the analytics. It helped us out through the regular season. This year, we followed the analytics. It's hurt us. That's just how analytics go. That's why I don't trust them. But no, I don't like that being the best choice. Yes, because a new head coach will bring new mentality. That's what we need. So you want to change. You're not understanding the relationship that's built here between him and Lamar. You want to separate that. We have literally, not even me, but Browns fans have literally spent the entire time talking about Baker Mayfield not having that connection with a head coach. Mahomes, Andy Reid, that's a connection there. Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, that's a connection. The relationship that Lamar and John Harbaugh have built, that connection means a lot. Ripping that apart and bringing someone else new with the new mentality, how do you know your quarterback's going to buy into that mentality? How do you know the team's going to buy into that mentality? Just because you bring a new person in does not mean they're going to buy into that mentality. Great, George. Big Ben and Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has made a lot of questionable decisions over the last decade. Steelers fans will tell you. No question. But at the same time, with Ben that late in his career, do you rip him? As a Ravens fan, I can tell you we are not winning another Super Bowl under Harbaugh. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But at this point, bringing in someone else does not guarantee we're going to win another Super Bowl. Bringing in a new mentality, what if that new mentality you bring in doesn't vibe with the locker room? What if it doesn't signify what the Ravens have built? So you bring in a new guy with a new mentality. What if it doesn't vibe with the players? What if Lamar doesn't really vibe with that type of mentality? Now you've divided the locker room. Things aren't working out. You're going to have to fire this head coach. You're going to have to look for someone else. If we don't win another, I've said it, we don't win another Super Bowl under Harbaugh, it is what it is. But at the same time, him and Lamar have built up this relationship. If you want to risk that quarterback head coach relationship by firing him, by all means, do so. At the end of the day, Harbaugh will get a job just like that somewhere else because he's a top 10 coach. If you believe doing that and wrecking that relationship right here and bringing in somebody else who could potentially bring in the mentality that doesn't vibe with our locker room or our organization, if you think that's the best thing and you want to take that risk, by all means, cool. But I just don't believe that's going to happen. I've had problems with Harbaugh. I have a lot of issues with Harbaugh. I've spoken on this too. I have a lot of issues about some of his decision-making and how he's been so, over the last decade, he's been softening up and he's now locked in on just protecting his friends or the people he likes in the coaching staff. I've asked this man to make some changes. I want to see aggressive Harbaugh. The same aggressive Harbaugh we saw in 2012, I want to see now. But he's more of a player's coach, so we don't get that. So I have many problems with Harbaugh. But at the same time, I understand the relationship he has built here with Lamar Jackson. When you get that relationship between the coach and the quarterback, that means something. That means something. Harbaugh will keep Greg Roman and Wink on the team, and we will be the same mediocre team. Yeah, here's the thing you keep forgetting about that. Harbaugh, yeah, he can make the choice, but guess who overrides him? And guess who overrules him? DeCosta. If DeCosta wants Greg Roman and Wink Martindale gone, they would have been gone yesterday. Harbaugh may be the head coach, but DeCosta is the GM. If he wants those two coaches gone, he wants them gone. The fact that they're still here tells me that he's fine with them. Quarterback-coach relationship is important. Look at Reid and Mahomes. They practically have an almost father-son-like relationship. It means a lot, man. That quarterback-coach relationship means a lot, and it goes a long way because that's trust that's built in. And because of the trust they build in, there's a level of confidence, as in, hey, we want to go for this here on 4th down. I trust Lamar to get it done. I trust my coach to be able to make the right decision. That's meaningful right there. But again, as in terms of the situation with Harbaugh and not firing his coaches, if DeCosta wanted them gone, they would have been gone yesterday. The fact that they're still here tells me he's fine with them. Reid doesn't go for analytics and lose games for his teams. Don't even start with Andy. You want me to go ask Eagles fans how they felt about Andy Reid. I'm not even going to play this right now because the situation you're pulling right now, you sound eerily similar to how those Eagles fans felt about Andy Reid. Go ask the Eagles fans towards those final years of Andy Reid. You sound exactly like them. Despite the fact that Andy Reid is a top 10 coach, you sound exactly like them. Well, the good news is that ended up working out. Well, technically, it did work out with Doug Peterson, who basically had the same mind. He was under the tree of Andy Reid and had a similar mindset. It's just it worked out this time. But problem is, it sent them back several years, and they didn't, because he was gone in 2011. 2011 was his last year, and they didn't win until 2017. So that was several years. Man, I'm worried about my team. I don't care about Eagles and another team. You can be worried about your team, but the scenario you're talking about is the same scenario Eagles fans talked about. They lost Andy Reid, and they completely lost the vision of that team, and they had to spend several years getting themselves together. They had to deal with Chip Kelly, and that was awful. You want to take a risk of getting rid of Harbaugh to bring in who? Bring in who? And take a risk on him. And how do you know that's going to work? So what's the future of the Ravens with Harbaugh? You already know this. It's going to be the same thing you see right now. Harbaugh is not going to change who he is. He's a player's coach that trusts in his players and is going to put the ball in their hands. He has a relationship with Lamar Jackson. That's going to be the same thing. This team under Harbaugh is going to continue to compete. Will they break through and win a Super Bowl? No. But will they continue to make the playoffs with Lamar as the quarterback and Harbaugh as the coach? Yeah, they'll continue to make the playoffs. They'll continue to compete in playoff games. But will they get over the hump again? That's the question. Bringing somebody else in does not guarantee we're going to win a Super Bowl. That does not guarantee. Unless you can bring me in another. Seriously, if you can give. I'll throw you an olive branch here. If you can convince Mike Shanahan to come out and coach us, you might have a chance for me to be like, okay, well, cool. If you can give me Mike Shanahan, sure. The Cowboys are just going down the field. They're just going down the field. See, that's why we're not top contenders. Like who? Buzz, Chiefs, and you mean Bills? Like Bills, Chiefs, and Packers. We were still contenders with that same situation. Well, Chiefs brought in. First of all, the main reason the Chiefs got into contenders was because of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes took them over the top, not Andy Reid. Andy Reid was there for several years under Alex Smith. They never broke through. Another easy touchdown for the Cowboys. And now there's a flag on the play. So the Packers, also, you can't even use the Packers situation. That's Aaron Rodgers carrying that team. You trying to tell me Mike McCarthy was the reason they won that Super Bowl? Mike McCarthy, he's the reason. That's why we're not top contenders like the Chiefs and the Packers. The Chiefs got Mahomes. The Packers got Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers has carried that team. And again, if you're talking about Matt LaFleur, I'm sure Matt LaFleur has definitely done a great job. He's done a great job. But at the same time, it's still Aaron Rodgers carrying that team. And hell, people still question Matt LaFleur, especially after what he pulled in the NFC Championship game last year. When he decided not to go for it on fourth down when you have Aaron Rodgers, yeah, people question this man. So no, the Packers are contenders because, well, they built up their team, building up the team through the draft and signing free agents. But they are contenders because, one, they're healthy. Two, they have Aaron Rodgers. Same for the Chiefs. One, they have their guys. Two, they have Patrick Mahomes. Let's not act like the Ravens aren't injured. I mean, of course, they're the injuries, man. The injuries. I have no clue how the Ravens would have looked coming into the season because of the injuries. That also plays a role. If this team was healthy and we're 8-7, yeah, we should probably make some changes. But I don't know about, to say that right now in the season where everybody's gone, that he has to go, specifically because you're tired of the analytics. I get it. I'm not a fan of analytics. I don't like the fact that they like to lean on that sometimes because they'll decide to go for two because the analytics work for it. Whenever I hear that analytics thought, it reminds me of Mike D'Antoni, and I don't want to deal with a Mike D'Antoni situation. Because if we're dealing with the Mike D'Antoni situation, we definitely aren't winning nothing with that. It reminds me of that. But no. Teams dealing with injuries, it's hard for me to fully gauge this situation. Washington. Jeez, man. Washington just making it so fun for me. Since Ravens won a Super Bowl, Harbaugh had multiple losing seasons until Lamar came. Lamar is the main reason we always make the playoffs. Obviously, he's the main catalyst. When you have a good quarterback, you will make the playoffs. I don't care how good. Like I've said, the same thing for the Packers, the same thing for the Chiefs. The Chiefs won a Super Bowl because they got Patrick Mahomes, who took them over the top. Yes, they had the talent, they had the defense, they had the weapons, and they had the good coaching, but Mahomes came there and took that Chiefs team over the top. The Packers are only successful because Aaron Rodgers is there as their quarterback. We've seen how they look without Aaron Rodgers. Mike McCarthy was not the reason they were making it to those NFC Championship games. He's not the reason they were making it to the playoffs. Lamar is the reason, and he needs a coach who can polish him and coach him to the next level. Harbaugh is not that guy, my friend. So what about the quarterback's coach? Last time I checked, Harbaugh isn't the only one that should be, especially when it comes to the quarterback. It's not really Harbaugh's job to polish him. Polish and coach him to the next level. Bro, you are talking about the wrong person. There are two people that are supposed to be polishing and coaching your quarterback to the next level. That is your quarterback's coach and your offensive coordinator. Harbaugh is managing the entire team. Now I'm confused with what you're talking about now. Because Harbaugh's job is not to polish and coach Lamar to the next level. His job is to coach everybody, not specifically Lamar. If you're talking about coaching and polishing Lamar to the next level, that is his quarterback coach job, so James Urban and Greg Roman's job, because they're the ones that work with them. Hell, you could put T. Martin in that situation too. Harbaugh's managing the entire team, not just Lamar. It's not his job to get Lamar to the next level. That's why you leave it up to your quarterback's coach. That's why you leave it up to your offensive coordinator. It's their job to put him in that position. You have to remember Lamar saved Harbaugh's job in 2018. Funny thing is, even if we didn't make the playoffs, I'm telling you they weren't going to fire Harbaugh. They were not. You could have missed the playoffs again that year. They were not going to fire Harbaugh. It was not a situation where they were going to get rid of him. But, yeah, I still agree. Lamar saved, quote-unquote, saved Harbaugh's job in 2018. Even with that, Harbaugh's still a good coach, like an Andy Reid coach. Ravens have a good quarterbacks coach. Look at Huntley, Lamar, and Johnson even did good. So look at them to continue to polish him. I'm not saying that Urban isn't doing a good job. I'm saying in terms of what he's saying about it's Harbaugh's job to polish and get Lamar to the next level. That's not his job. That would fall on James Urban and Greg Roman. That's their job to do, not the head coach's job. We need to win out our next two. Yeah, we got to win out the next two in order to pull this off. But yeah, I've been one to have a lot of problems with Harbaugh, but firing him isn't going to be the answer. When was the Ravens' last losing season? 2015. That's when we suffered all these injuries. All the injuries suffered there was the reason. Also, I know people were talking about, like, with Harbaugh, his fault, but 2017 wasn't even his fault. 2017 was not that man's fault. I'm sorry. How do you give up that touchdown pass on the 4th and 12? I don't know what you wanted Harbaugh to do in that situation. They win that game. They're going to the playoffs in 2016. That's 2017. That's not Harbaugh's fault. And again, 2016 against the Steelers on Christmas Day, that defense just gave up and died out there. That's not really Harbaugh's fault. I have issues with Harbaugh. Don't get it twisted, but I'm not going to put every single issue the Ravens had specifically on Harbaugh and act like there's no other problems there. No, they're not trading Lamar, and no, I'm not even going to entertain that thought. Washington. Down 14, 3rd down and 7 here. Oh, man. Let's be honest. Lamar needed Harbaugh, but Harbaugh needed Lamar the most. That's perfectly fine. They both needed each other. That's why you don't get rid of that tandem. Quarterback-coach relationships truly do matter. They really do matter. That is a huge emphasis. That is a huge emphasis. Breaking that up does not guarantee you're going to be successful. In fact, it could end up hurting you in the end. 3rd and 7. Oh, my. What? He got picked? How did he get picked? Oh, my God, a pick 6. I can't watch this. I really can't watch this. He just threw a pick 6. Oh, my. No. Got it. We're not doing this anymore. How did he just throw a pick 6? The game is over, man. How do you throw a pick 6 like this? DeMarcus Lawrence just snatched that ball. Let me take a look at this real quick. Oh, my goodness. That's just a good play. That's a good play on Lawrence. Wow, a pick 6. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. All right, Washington. Washington's just going to get... Washington's going to be whatever they are right now. What's going on, Andre? How you doing, bruh? Lamar plays the Rams game next week. It will basically be Ravens versus Browns week 14 part 2. I mean, that's just you assuming that. It'd be nice if it was, but that's just you assuming that. But it is what it is. Washington getting smoked. It's already looking bad. I think J.K. Dobbins was a bigger loss than people think. Bro, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, those losses really hurt our offense so much. You don't even understand. Now, the fans who are debating whether to keep Huntley and let Lamar go aren't real fans. They probably became fans in 2019. We got a lot of fans in 2019 that just pulled up. But, I mean, it is what it is. Anyone that's debating that, that's good for you. I'm not going to entertain that nonsense. Lamar did save Harbaugh's job. But even if he didn't, they would need to have a plan for the future of the team. Yeah. Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers. At this point, Aaron Rodgers. No, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been my favorite quarterback for the last decade. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Or at least one of my favorite. It was between him and Peyton during the first half of the decade, and then it just went to him for the rest of the decade. Which is why it still hurts me every time I watch the Packers in the NFC Championship game and they proceed to lose. Which is why I have rant videos on my channel on those last 2 years. That blowout loss to the Niners and then last year's loss to the Bucks. That pissed me off. Woo! Fans are saying get rid of Lamar. Whatever. They can say whatever they want. Yeah, fans saying get rid of Lamar has major issues. They can say whatever they want. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. If your team made 4 Super Bowl appearances in the next 10 years and one of them you will go undefeated with a Super Bowl being played in M&T Bank Stadium, would you rather win that one and lose the other 3 or vice versa? I would do vice versa. I would rather win the other 3 Super Bowls and lose that one. Also, I doubt we will ever get a Super Bowl hosted in Baltimore. So, I'm going to say vice versa. I want the 3 rings. I don't care about it being an M&T. I'll take the 3 rings, thank you. Panthers having another collapse. Yeah, it is not working out. It is not working out. Are you worried about Stanley because he gets injured a lot? I'm not worried about him. It feels like we rushed him. We rushed him back and it just didn't work. Give him the proper time. Just give him the proper time to get himself together and it'll be all good. That's just how I look at it. I'm a Steelers fan all the way. We could be the worst team in the league, and I'm going to still be a fan. That's just how it is, man. Even if your team's trash, you got to be a fan. Hey, there are still Jets fans that cheer for their team. So, whether your team's good or bad, if you're a fan of that team and you're a diehard fan, you're going to keep rooting whether they are good or bad. I felt bad for the Niners when they lost that Super Bowl. It is what it is. I just became a fan last year, and I think Lamar should be a quarterback for the Ravens. Yeah, he should be the quarterback. It's not even a debate. What he's accomplished for this team should not be questioned. He's the franchise. He's the future. Now, what the Ravens need to do is make sure they commit to that and build around Lamar in terms of getting him protection. Because if you keep letting Lamar take these hits, he's going to end up like Andrew Luck. Whose fault is it? It's a mix of both. I mean, Cam's not playing well, but the team as a whole is not looking great. Honestly, I don't even think it's a fault of either the head coach or Cam Newton. It just feels like it's just they're not a good team. I mean, at the end of the day, 5 straight losses, you're just not a good team. You're just not a good team. They were losing even before they got Cam back. They're just not a good team. And getting Cam Newton back does not guarantee them, does not guarantee them a chance to all of a sudden be a good team. No, that is a bad team with a lot of flaws. And on that offense, when they don't have McCaffrey, the flaws are even bigger. So, yeah, they're just bad, man. They're just bad. Sorry Washington is doing this to you. I'm so used to it, I'm not even mad. I'm so used to it, I'm not even mad. It is what it is. I'll be shocked, but I'm not even mad. Give Stanley the time and get a new strength conditioning coach. Steve Saunders is the reason we got COVID racked this year, and now we're dealing with COVID again and couldn't get Stanley healthy. I don't know if they're getting rid of Saunders. I've seen a lot of people say fire him. I don't know if he's going to be here next year, but we'll see. With J.K. and Gus coming off injury, should we draft a running back after? No, we should not draft a running back. This draft needs to be spent on 2 things. First of all, another deep shot for Heineke. If you get picked off again, oh my God, it actually connected this time. And he threw it into double coverage. That was a big play right there. But no, there are 2 specific spots they need to focus on. The offensive line and the secondary. Those are the 2 biggest spots they need to focus on. After that, look towards the defensive line because, I don't know if Calais Campbell's going to be here much longer. I don't know how that's going to work. So, yeah, number 1 position to fix, the offensive line. In this draft, fix the offensive line. Number 2, fix the secondary. Every year we come and think, we got all these corners. Look at us now. Fix the secondary. Add some pieces. Jimmy Smith's on his last legs. I don't think he's coming back. I'm not 100% sure on Marcus Peters in that situation. I don't know. Tavon Young, I don't know about. Deshaun Elliott, I don't know about. That secondary needs to be addressed in the draft. Focus on the offensive line. Focus on the secondary in the draft. Honestly, I don't feel bad for Ravens fans. I feel bad for the players who are actually hurt. I mean, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to feel bad for the fans. We're just fans. Feel bad for the players that got hurt because they're the ones that are playing here. It is what it is. It is what. But he said I'm back. I'm back. Well, he is back, but it doesn't mean that the Panthers are back. He's back, but that doesn't mean the Panthers are back in that situation. Burrow or Dak comeback play of the year? I'm gonna give it to Dak. He's in the NFC. You know what? I don't know. It's close. It's close. But you know what? And both of them suffered season-ending injuries. I think Dak's gonna edge it out. Let's see how the season ends. Because if the Cowboys end up getting close to getting the number 1 seed in the NFC, you gotta give it to Dak. So let's see how it's gonna end off with these final 2 weeks. But I think Dak may have the slight edge right now over Burrow and the Bengals, but who knows? I think it's close. Bro, in this generation, injuries like ACLs and torn Achilles don't matter to athletes. They be coming back stronger and balling. Look at Nick Bosa. That's not really the case for everybody. Of course, medicine now and the way we play the game and all this other stuff right now happens in terms of future and technology and all this other stuff definitely helps out in terms of the not to mention the improvement in sports medicine. Yeah, it definitely helps out players now than they did back then. Not to mention players don't really take the amount of damage that they took back then. But I'm not gonna sit there and say dudes be coming back stronger and balling out. Like Nick Bosa doing that, that's great, but it doesn't mean everybody's gonna do that. How many Nick Bosas do you know? Not everybody's going to come back and immediately start balling out. If that's the case, they might be on something else. I ain't going to speak on it, but they might be on something. Second and go. Oh, that's the end of the first quarter. All right, end of the first quarter here. Washington looking sad. Dallas up 21-0. Oh, boy, they up 21-0. Good Lord. This is terrible. Got to get something going, man. What happened to Tyson Williams? He had a hell of a game in week 1. Yeah, they don't even use him anymore. He seems to be, I don't know what happened. He's just no. It's just no. That's all I can say. What happened to him? It's a no. It's a no. You don't think going 20-0, especially in your home stadium, would be more special than the other 3 championships? Your team would be immortal. That's great, but I would prefer the championships. I mean, that's great to get the immortality, but if you get those, it'll be great, but legacy-wise, assuming my Ravens get it, Lamar would be the quarterback doing that. Would I want Lamar to be 1-3 in the Super Bowl? No, I'd rather have him be 3-1 with 3 rings. It'd be nice. The team would be immortal, but I don't want to lose 3 Super Bowls. That's 3. You really not understand the situation. I mean, you're understanding it, but let's look at the semantics of that. Let's say the first year you go 20-0, your team wins a Super Bowl. So let's say 2022 that happens. Ravens go 20-0, they win a Super Bowl in their home place, as your scenario gives. That's great, but they're destined to lose the other 3. So we're not going to waste any time. Let's say the Ravens they pull a Bills and they go to 4 straight Super Bowls. They win this first one. So now 2022 they win the Super Bowl. 2023 they get to the Super Bowl and lose. 2024 they get to the Super Bowl and lose. 2025 they get to the Super Bowl and lose. Do you know what that will do to a fan? Who wants to sit there and watch their team lose 3 straight Super Bowls? That one Super Bowl would be cool, but 3 years of watching your team lose the big game like that? Do you know how painful that would be? Nah, couldn't go with that. I couldn't go with that. That'd be too much. Go ask Bills fans. The Bills fans that were watching their team in the 90s, watched them lose 4 Super Bowls. Go ask them how they felt about that. It's not fun. But you have an undefeated season. Bro, as the losing Super Bowls go on, that undefeated season is not going to really matter if we're losing Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. At the end of the day, it'll be like, oh, it's one special season. It's one special season. I'm not going to be one of those people that holds on to that one undefeated season. I'm cool with that. I don't want the undefeated season if it means we're going to lose 3 straight Super Bowls. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to play that. That's insanity. Like, the Bills understand that type of pain. I don't want to deal with that. Because you'll be seeing me here like, oh, man, we lost Super Bowl. I'll be hurt. We'll be back next year. We're back in the Super Bowl, and we lose again. We got to get it together. Next year, we pull it off. We get back, and we lose 3 straight years. That would hurt. That would hurt, and I wouldn't want to go through that. I wouldn't want to go through that. That'd be too much. That'd be too much to deal with. 2nd and goal here for Washington. Got to put some. Oh, they're just blitzing. They're sending everybody. Heineke fighting for his life. Throws. Oh my God. He had Humphreys open. Where's Fitzpatrick? He's injured. He's been pretty much injured the entire season. Offensive line is top priority. Ravens O-line looks almost as bad as the Bengals O-line looked last season. Yep, offensive line is a top priority. Next up would be the secondary. New Orleans should have got Lamar. That would have been something special. I'm not going to lie. Lamar would have had a couple years to develop behind Drew Brees. Oh, my goodness. Lamar getting guidance and getting to practice with Drew Brees and learning from him, that would have been something different, man. 3rd and goal. Come on, man. You got to get this. You got to get this. You got to get this. He got it. Touchdown. Gibson had to go the distance for that. So, Washington's technically still alive. 5 plays, 75 yards, and a touchdown. So, now you're only down 21-6. Hopefully, you get the extra point and you make it a 14-point game. Sean Payton still would have started Taysom Hill. That would have been funny. That would have been an interesting debate right there. Should Flacco retire or be a backup for any team next year? I mean, that's really up to him. If Flacco still wants to play football, I'm not going to tell a man to retire if he still wants to play. If he still believes he can play, if he still believes he can play and the team continues to give him a contract and say, yeah, be our backup, come to our practice squad, we still believe you can play. Who am I to tell that man to retire? Breeze and Lamar have different play styles. Of course they have different play styles, but do you understand the experience Breeze has in terms of how he sees the field, the accuracy, the mechanics that he fixed up? Because Breeze is go back and look at how Breeze threw the football when he was in San Diego. Look how he threw the football in New Orleans. The way he developed and changed his mechanics and the improvements, what he sees on the field, how he reads defenses. Do you know how much he could teach Lamar? It's not even about play styles. What he could teach Lamar, man, you understand that? A young Lamar gets put in that situation. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Do you know how much Breeze can teach him? It's just, oh, whoo. Lamar would have been balling in New Orleans, learning from Drew Brees. It would have been something special. It would have been something special. I low-key would want to see Lamar go to Miami in like his mid-30s since Florida is his hometown. I don't know if that would ever happen. Would I be in tears of joy if Marcus Peters gets a pick 6 next year? I'm not going to cry because of that, so no. Hopefully Dallas can turn into the Cowboys we know them for. Choke. We'll see come postseason. We will definitely see it come postseason. But it is what it is with that. What did Flacco do for this team besides being in Steelers with no Le'Veon after 2012? I mean, man tore his ACL and was never the same. That's just how I'm going to say. He tore his ACL and his MCL and was never the same quarterback. He came back the following year and he did not look like the guy we knew. Yeah, I mean, when I see that, I'm going to be happy, but I'm not about to cry for that. Dude, what person's wasting tears on small parts of that? I'm finna cry if my team win a Super Bowl. I might get emotional for that, but I'm not finna get emotional because the man got a pick 6 in a game. If my team wins the Super Bowl, that's the moment to sit back and just get emotional. If they go to the Super Bowl, that's the moment to get emotional. But the pick 6 is not gonna bring tears from any fan. Unless it's a pick 6 that's gonna seal the game and send your team to the Super Bowl or win you a championship. Taysom Hill could teach him how to fumble. Oh my goodness. That was you messed up for that. You messed up for that. When the AFC North next season be exciting with Deshaun Watson? No. Why would I want to have to deal with Watson and Rodgers twice a year? No. As a football fan, that would be the most exciting division to watch. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers all in the same division. That would be must-see TV. Every single divisional game would need to be a primetime game. So that would be must-watch TV as a football fan. As a Ravens fan, why would I want that? How does that benefit my team? Why would I want to go against them 2 times a year? No. If anything, I need Aaron Rodgers to go up to Denver so Mahomes and Herbert can deal with that twice a year. Not me. I'm not trying to deal with that twice a year. What do you think the Ravens' record would be if they weren't injured? Right now? Well, we're 8-7. I think they'd at least be 10-4. 10-4 or 11-3 if they weren't injured. Ah, boy. Cowboys with the ball again. Were you crying tears of joy when Lamar threw for 500? No. One, that didn't happen. 2, I know you're coming up with weird scenarios here. If we win the Super Bowl somehow, I'm going back to all the highlight videos from the playoff losses. And you're going to be talking. I'm telling you, everybody's ready. If the Ravens ever win a Super Bowl, man, we are pulling up the receipts. We already know about that. I've been waiting 3 years for Marcus Peters to get a pick 6. 3, and it's probably, actually, no, it's 2 years. Yeah, it's 2 years because he got the pick 6 in 2019. Yeah, he got that in 2019, late 2019. So, no, it's been 2 years. Why would I want to see Aaron Rodgers torches for 2? Exactly. Why would I want to deal with Aaron Rodgers 2 times a year in my division? It's not fun. Not to mention, having Aaron Rodgers go to the Browns with all that talent, why would I want to see that? How does that benefit me? Hell, I'd be a Ravens fan sitting there talking. I'll be like, yeah, as a Ravens fan, Ravens going to do what they going to do. They're going to win the division. But as a football fan, I'm like, Aaron Rodgers finna take this division. 3rd and 7. Wow, Michael Gallup was wide open. Why was Michael Gallup wide open, Washington? Who? Okay, guys, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Michael Gallup was wide open. Washington, they, you know what? It ain't even about them not wanting to win. They're just not a good team. They're not going to the playoffs. Washington's not going to the playoffs. This is the end of the line for them. This will be the end of the line for them, man. Rodgers and Chubb. Oh, my goodness. That would be... Oh. You give him Chubb and Kareem Hunt. He has a great running game and solid pieces on the defense. I would be hurt if A-Rod went to the Browns. Bro, as a Ravens fan, I'm going to be like, yeah, we still going to fight to the end. We're going to win the division. But as a football fan, I'm going to be sitting there saying, you know, Cleveland about to take this division, right? Like, if you're a Browns fan, sit back if Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback. Oh, A-Rod's our quarterback, and we got a defense that bro, the Browns defense can deliver. It's the offense and the quarterback situation that they're having problems. The offense, the quarterback, and the play calling. You're telling me the Browns defense that's delivering, especially when healthy, you matched it up with Aaron Rodgers and he gets to utilize Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt? Oh, my God. I love the Ravens to death, but as a football fan, I'll be sitting there saying, yeah, Cleveland going to take this division. Ain't nobody beating the Browns if A-Rod's their quarterback. I'm dead serious with that. They're going to win that division, and it's going to be a wrap. Should we keep Huntley for next year, or should he go start somewhere else? Well, after the way he's performed, I'm sure teams are going to be calling up DeCosta and trying to get him. So it's really up to them. It's really up to them. We don't need that. Let Baker finish it out. Oh, no, we're not talking about in terms of this year. Everyone's talking about in terms of next year, like this upcoming offseason. If all of a sudden he decided to go there, that would be, oof. I don't need that. I don't need that. Warriors, KD, or Heat LeBron? I'm taking Heat LeBron. Heat LeBron was arguably the best. You know, I'm not going to get into that, but like Heat LeBron at his peak, my goodness. One of the best players. He'd probably just be number 2. Like, you don't understand. I love what I saw from Warriors KD. He was dominating and stuff, but Heat LeBron, the numbers he was putting up during his 2013 season, that MVP season, that right there should have been a unanimous MVP for LeBron James. Those numbers were insane. That was his best year shooting from the 3-point. Oh, my God, man. LeBron in 2013 was at his peak athleticism. It was insane watching that. So, no, Heat LeBron over Warriors KD. And I love KD. I still think, I've seen KD play, but I still think the best KD we've seen is KD in 2014. I mean, that is a dude with nobody around him, and he just has to do everything. And he wins the MVP over LeBron, who was in his prime. So that's just how it was. As a Steelers fan, we need Huntley. We will even give you draft picks. Nah. Well, I mean, it's up to DeCosta if he wants to do that. Baker definitely not looking like the Browns quarterback for the future. Don't know if he's going to be around for that long, but we'll see. I think he can manage, but I don't know if the Browns even look at him like that at this point. 3rd and 2. Look at this, man. Ezekiel Elliott just take it in. Look at that touchdown. Oh, they're going to stop him at the 1, but this is just getting ridiculous. Browns versus Steelers next week. Loser is eliminated from playoff contention. Who you got? Really? The loser of that game is out for the postseason? Oh, I got to think about that. Ooh, I got to think about that. Imagine if they had Adams, too. That'd be overkill. Oh, my goodness. That would be... Oh, I have to think about that. I don't know who I want to take. Giannis over KD? I mean, that's a tough one. He had Russ. No, 2014, he didn't have Russ. That was the year Russ got injured and KD had to carry that team. The year he won MVP 2014, Russ was out for like several games. And KD still got them to the playoffs. And balled out. And won MVP. So no, that was that KD, bro. Go back and look at KD from his MVP season. They were double teaming this. This man was hitting shots only Kobe can make. Like, he was hitting impossible shots. He had no space to work with. They were zoning in on this dude every night. And he was hitting some of the most difficult shots I've ever seen an NBA player hit. This man, KD in 2014, was a different monster. Oh, my God. That was the first time we looked at a player and said, he might be better than LeBron. 2014 was the first time we really looked at somebody since LeBron's been in the league and say, he might be better than LeBron. That was just how it was. 2014, KD was a different monster. If we traded Huntley for less than an early second, I'm shooting something. I wouldn't do that. Well, when you said something, you're going to go to the shooting range. How do you feel about the Cardinals? They were up 10-2 first seed. Now they're 10-5 in the wild card spot. I was never really a huge fan of the Cardinals. I love what I saw from the team. I said they were a great team. They were a well-balanced team. I think they're going to make the playoffs, and they could make some noise. But I still sit here and said I don't take them over the Packers or the Bucs come playoff time. Not to mention, I picked the Rams to win the division. And despite the fact that the Cardinals were 10-2, I still held up and said, yeah, I still believe the Rams are going to win the division. Now we're sitting here with the Rams having an opportunity to win the division, and things are looking good. I'm glad I stuck with my pick. But yeah, the Cardinals are a great team. Kyler's not playing great football right now. They got to use these last couple games to get Kyler and this offense together. Because heading into the playoffs, if they're not together offensively, that's going to be trouble. So they got to use these last couple games to get Kyler back in rhythm, to get this offense back in rhythm. And hopefully by the time they get to the playoffs, they can do something. Otherwise, they could be a quick out in a season where they looked like they were going to do everything to get to a Super Bowl. Skip always holds that 2011 loss against the Mavs on LeBron. He calls him the chosen one, yet turned into the frozen one. Yeah, he's always held that over LeBron, and he's never going to stop holding that against LeBron. He somehow decided to hold 2014 against LeBron, where my Miami Heat got gentlemen swept by the Spurs. He wants to hold 2015 over LeBron because he had a 2-1 lead against the Warriors and they didn't get it. He wants to just do all this stuff with LeBron. He always holds a lot of things against LeBron. Hell, the 2010, what was it? The 2010 semifinals? Was it? No, it was the Eastern Conference Finals. The 2010 Eastern Conference Finals. Wait, no. It was either the semifinals or the Eastern Conference Finals where the Cavaliers and the Celtics met in 2010. Games 4, 5, and 6, go look at how LeBron played. Skip has never let this man slide for that. He's never let it go, man. It's like, never let that go. And he will continue to hold that against him. Honestly, I would take Cavs LeBron over any other LeBron because he carried high school boys, but Heat LeBron had a super team. No. We're not talking about in terms of team, you're right. But in terms of a player, LeBron was at his athletic peak in 2013. His 2013 MVP season is up there with one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen. That honestly should have been a unanimous MVP season from LeBron. LeBron was a monster in Miami. Come postseason time and all this other stuff, you can look at certain moments there, but 2013 LeBron, in my opinion, is the best LeBron we've ever seen. From an athletic standpoint, just from every aspect of his game, he is the best. However, I wouldn't actually be mad if anybody takes Cleveland LeBron. Like 2016 LeBron did not have the athleticism that 2013 LeBron had, but he had the championship experience. So he knew how to win, and he brought that back to Cleveland because he learned how to win in Miami. And, not to mention 2016 LeBron. Oh! Oh, they throwing punches on the side. What? Why we got Washington players throwing punches on the sideline? They really fighting. Oh my God, they still fighting? Oh boy, Washington has their own players fighting and throwing punches at each other. Oh God, everything's turning bad. Oh boy, everything's turning bad. End it all. End it all. Who is that just swung on Payne? Like, for some reason, they were arguing over what happened on that last defensive situation, and they decided to just start swinging at each other. They were throwing hands, and they still arguing on the sideline. What the? Oh my God, things have turned from bad to worse. Oh my God. I'm looking up. I'm sitting there talking about LeBron. Next thing you know, I see Washington players swinging at each other. Like, what's happening? Why y'all trying to throw hands right now? Oh boy, things are just looking bad. He didn't time that right. There's a flag. I'm like, that's clearly should be a flag on the Cowboys. Whew. I'm okay with Castle. If KD's foot wasn't on the line, Giannis and the Bucks were going home. Oh, absolutely. If KD's toe wasn't on the line, the Nets would have advanced to the conference finals and probably would have gone to the NBA finals and taken on the Suns. That's not a debate right there. That's not a debate. What about Steph Curry last year? Man's had G League players and was getting quadruple teamed and was still averaging 32 points per game. Steph was starting to, like, last year Steph was starting to look like 2016 Steph. I still say 2016 Steph is the best Steph we've seen because that was his unanimous MVP season, but most importantly, that was when he started hitting logo threes and just pulling up from like 35 feet. Like, this dude was taking the type of shots that you would be benched for. Like, this guy legit changed the game and how we play right now because of that. That was Jonathan Allen that took a shot at Payne? For what? All right. It was the happiest day of Skip Bayless's life. Man, whenever LeBron loses, Skip is just so happy. This year, Steph is even scarier. Oh, yeah, Steph is definitely scarier this year. One thing I'll say is, Steph, his three-point shot is always going to be there, but what I've seen from Steph over the last couple years, especially last year and this year, he has improved so much in finishing at the rim. Like, in terms of finishing at the rim, getting to the basket, finishing at the rim, Steph Curry has improved in that aspect so much, and that's what makes him a better player. So if people want to say he's scarier, I can understand, because his ability to finish at the basket has improved so much since that 2016 season. But it is what it is. Give me 05, 06 Kobe. Oh, that Kobe was crazy. That Kobe was crazy. That Kobe was crazy. If they didn't what was it? Yeah, if they didn't lose to the Suns, if they didn't blow that 3-1 lead, we would have a different conversation, man. I'm a Mavs fan, so I know that Dirk is better than LeBron. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, obviously, we know Dirk is not better than LeBron as a player. We know that. But, I mean, Dirk, I'm telling you, can't do it. I can't throw any Dirk slander. That man was the catalyst in that 2011 Dallas Maverick team. He owned the finals. Yeah, he had help. He had a Jason Terry. He had a Jason Kidd. Great Ginzak. He had players there. No question. He had players there, but, man, Dirk, that run by Dirk, man, oh my goodness, I can't even, and the fact that he beat my Miami Heat team, I can't even be mad at that. So I will not put up any Dirk slander. 3rd and 8 on a screen. Oh my God, please, just, oh boy. Will Urban Meyer go back to coaching for college? I mean, I'm sure some college will accept him, so that's probably where he's heading. I don't think an NFL team's going to give him a shot. I'm surprised people, I was like, can you believe it's been almost 2 years since Kobe's passing? It's been crazy. It will always feel like a dream to me, because when I heard the news, I was sleeping, and somebody woke me up to tell me that. So it really felt like a nightmare. So it never really felt real until it, eventually it did hit me, and it was like, yeah, this is real. So yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't feel real, but it is. R.I.P., man. R.I.P. I'm surprised people don't realize Curry always gets in a slump in December and then goes off the next month. And after the All-Star break, he did it last year and in 2015, 2016. It's a long season. Pace yourself. Geezer, what's going on, man? How you doing? You can have, bro, NBA superstars always have some rough stretches throughout moments of the regular season. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Couldn't guard Kobe. And, man, imagine if T-Mac didn't suffer from injury. He was just as nice as anyone when healthy. Bro, Kobe could not be guarded. Man, 2000 Kobe, man. 2000s Kobe. Kobe with the afro was just a menace. I mean, that guy's athleticism was just... Kobe with the afro was just disgusting, okay? Kobe with the afro is disgusting. You don't want to play that guy. Like, number 8, you did not want to play number 8. 24 was more mature. He would kill you in a different way. But Kobe... 8 Kobe would come at you, man. Afro Kobe was just coming at... Like, just straight up going head-to-head with everybody. He was dunking over everybody. He did not care. He was ferocious. 24 Kobe was reserved. He wasn't doing the dunking like that. He was reserved. He was killing you with the mid-range. He was killing you with all sorts of moves and techniques that he could utilize. Oh, my goodness. Like, that 24 Kobe, he had that on lockdown. He could kill you so many ways. But Afro Kobe, you didn't want to see this dude. You'd be sitting back thinking, what is wrong with this guy? Why is he out here trying to kill us on the court? Like, Kobe really felt like he was trying to kill people on that court. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Afro Kobe was a different monster. Afro Kobe was a different monster. 24 better. You know what? I would love to see somebody make an argument in terms of comparing Kobe when he was wearing number 8 and Kobe when he was wearing number 24. I would love to see like a comparison of those two and how like people would, look at that whole situation there in terms of who would you want to say overall was better. Probably 24 Kobe was probably fundamentally better because he mastered the fadeaway and he was using all these techniques, man, that he was not using when he was younger. He mastered every single skill and aspect he had that you could learn in basketball. That man mastered that. He mastered it. That was 24 Kobe. It's all good, Geezer. It's all good. You think Curry got robbed for Finals MVP in 2015 and 2018? I don't think he got robbed in 2018. KD was just doing what KD was doing. In 2015, I mean, then again, you can make an argument. I think it should have been close, and I believe it was close, but I don't think he got robbed. But 2015, yeah, Iggy shouldn't have won that. That should have gone to Steph, but they gave it to Iggy because of how he played defensively against LeBron. Bulls are arguably the best team in the East. You can make an argument with the way they've been playing. You can definitely make that argument. My voice, man, my throat. I've been talking all day in my throat. It's just, losing my voice here. Kawhi, when he leaves his team, put a curse down. Kobe with the afro was more athletic, but bald Kobe was more scarier. Yeah. But Steph outplayed KD all games except Game 3. Well, that Game 3 was the one that sealed it, and that's what got him in. Game 3 was the one that sealed it. It was the one that sealed it, and at the end of the day, it was like, I mean, yeah, I would definitely say Steph Curry pretty much through all the games. If you look at it, most of the games, he definitely outplayed KD. But because of what KD did in Game 3 and the fact that he hit the same shot in the same spot to stun the Cavs, they just gave it to him. Not to mention, their numbers were close, though. But, yeah, I think Steph could have got that. I said it should have been close, but I'm not going to fully say he got robbed because KD still owned that finals as well, alongside with Steph. Now, Vince Carter was literally jumping over people in his prime. Vince Carter in his prime was a monster. I wish T-Mac could have stayed healthy. Oh, T-Mac staying healthy up there. Oh, my God. T-Mac was so special. He had all the talent and the abilities. If he can only stay healthy, man. If T-Mac was healthy, oh, my God, he would be... he might be top 20 all time, potentially, man. You don't even know. Shout out to HC Fit and Glow with the $2 donation. All praise to the Most High. Amen, my mans. Amen. As we see the Cowboys pick up another first down. Woo! Fantastic. I hate when this channel talks about basketball. Well, it's a sports channel. I talk about football and basketball. You hate when I talk. Wow, I can't speak right now. You hate when I talk about basketball because you're not a basketball fan, which makes sense. But at the same time, I can't just not talk about basketball. I talk football and I talk basketball. If you hate when this channel talks about basketball, you're really going to hate this channel come 2022. Another first down picked up. They can't make a stop right now. But yeah, if you do not like when I talk about basketball, 2022 is not going to be fun for you. If it's Golden State Warriors versus Chicago Bulls in the finals, who are you rooting for? You know what? I'm going to go with Chicago. If Chicago somehow gets to the finals, I'm going to root for Chicago. I want to see DeMar DeRozan get a ring. I want to see DeRozan get a ring. I want to see Levine get a ring as well. There are guys on that team I want to see get a ring. Did you expect the Warriors to start off like this year, and the fact that they're not even fully healthy? I did not expect them to be as great as they were, especially with them missing guys. But I did expect them to be great. I said coming into this year, they were going to be off on a fast start. I didn't expect them to be this great this early on, but I expected them to be a really good team. So they exceeded my expectations, but they're just balling out and playing well. Marquise Brown's on the pace for 1,000 yards. I'm sure he'll get 1,000 yards within one of these final two games. Washington defense finna run a whole fade. They finna throw hands on the sideline, man. I don't even know what's happening right now. Yeah, Vince Carter definitely ended the man's career. Kobe even said T-Mac was the hardest player. Yeah, T-Mac was the hardest player. I remember that interview. He was like, yeah, of all the people I had to guard, T-Mac was easily the hardest to guard, which makes sense. T-Mac was so talented, man. The sad part is I really wish he never left Orlando. If he never left Orlando, can you imagine him and Magic Dwight Howard? Oh, my God. Him and Dwight in Orlando, they would have gone to a finals together. They probably could have won a ring together. If T-Mac doesn't get hurt, if he doesn't suffer through the injuries and he doesn't get traded, or he doesn't end up leaving Orlando and get traded, I'm telling you, him and Dwight would have won a championship, or at least they would have gone to a finals and played together. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't know about them beating Kobe in the finals. Kobe in 09 was possessed. Like Kobe in 09, he could not lose another finals. He was completely possessed. He had to win that one. First and goal here for the Cowboys. At this point, they're scoring. He's throwing a fade. He throws a fade. Oh, thank God that wasn't caught. Incomplete. Second down here. That would have been perfect. They might have won at least a championship. Oh, they would have at least won a ring. They would have at least run a ring. If Shaq has the work ethic like LeBron, Kobe, or MJ, he would have been the greatest player of all time. I can agree. We love it, keeping it real, keeping it versatile. That's what I try to do on this channel. Second and goal here. They're going to hand this off to Pollard, and he's going to be stopped right there. Oh, boy, man, if Shaq definitely had the mentality of Kobe or MJ, my God, oof. Oh, it would have been a different situation. He would have been the greatest player of all time. You can make that argument. I'll try to stream every prime. I will try to stream every primetime game, but if I'm not home, I can't do it. I can only stream the primetime games I'm home for or stream the primetime games I'm able to stream, but not every primetime game I'll be able to stream. I can only do what I can do at the time, so I will try, but I'm not guaranteed to stream every single primetime game. Hollywood has been quiet these last few games. They have not really been utilizing Hollywood. Hollywood's a deep threat, and they're not throwing the ball down the field. They've been throwing quick throws left and right here. They're not trying to take shots down the field. In fact, today's game, we actually saw them take a deep shot, and that was the only time they did in that game, really. Somebody said on Twitter that Victor Oladipo is washed. Nah, he's injured. I don't know where they're getting this wash situation. He's injured. Last time we saw him playing, he was an all-star caliber player. Imagine if Shaq never left Orlando. This is with assuming they get along and T-Mac was there for all of his career and they win. Man, if T-Mac was there with Shaq, they would have won a finals together. They would have. Unfortunately, T-Mac's career, man, every time he left somewhere, it didn't work out. Him and Vince Carter with the Raptors didn't work out. Him in Orlando didn't work out. Then him and Yao Ming towards the situation in Houston, that one was really rough to watch. Watching him and Yao Ming in Houston was rough. That whole situation was rough, man. That whole situation was rough. We did get to see that legendary moment where he pulled off that epic comeback against the Spurs in like the last 30 seconds. Where he just pulled off, what was it, like not 8 points. It was like, what, 13? No, it was 11 points in like 30 seconds. I got to go back and rewatch that. But that was an amazing moment right there for T-Mac. But yeah, him and Yao Ming in Houston was, that was rough. That was, dude's wide open. Third and goalie's wide open. Touchdown Cowboys. Are we even trying anymore, Washington? Are you trying? 34-7. The game is over. Washington fall into the abyss. Why did I agree to live stream this? Oh my goodness. Honestly, I mean, well, besides him dealing with the injuries and stuff, Yao Ming felt his career was done. Injuries and a lot of other factors played into Yao Ming retiring. But yeah, T-Mac and Yao always hurt, man. That whole situation in Houston. Oh boy. But yeah, injuries is what ended his career. You know, he was constantly battling with injuries. Yeah, foot injury. Yeah, he had a foot injury. He was constantly dealing with like foot injuries and just injuries all around. 13 points. Those injuries ended up piling up, and Yao decided to call it a career. So can't blame him. 35-7. This game is over. Oh my goodness. Ah, boy. This is terrible. Yeah, 13 points in 35 seconds. I appreciate that. I got to go back and watch that. I think Packers are going to take the conference this year unless something happens to Rodgers or Adams. Here's my thing. I got to speak on this for the Packers fans. I've seen this, man, especially the last couple weeks. The Packers are starting to fall into that old habit. I do not trust the Packers secondary. I don't trust it. I don't trust the Packers secondary. And I'm scared that secondary is going to cost them again in the NFC Championship game. If they get to the championship game, I feel that defense is going to be an issue. I'm seeing it. I saw it against Cleveland. I saw it against Baltimore late in the game. Also, for some reason, the Packers offense, in the worst of times, goes cold with like no answer. And nobody can explain why. Like they just go, it's not even them moving the ball and just coming up short. They just go 3 and out, and they punt the football. And nobody can understand why. I do not trust the Packers secondary come postseason time. I still do not trust or feel comfortable with that secondary. So I am scared. I believe the Packers can come out of the NFC. I have either the Packers or the Rams coming out of the NFC. And I think the Packers have a great chance to do so. But I'm telling you, I am afraid. I am completely afraid of this Packers defense. Urinating Tree is going to go crazy with the Fat Man touchdowns this week. It's going to be a blast. Spurs, how you let that happen? For some reason, I do not know how they let that happen. It was weird. All right, do you trust the Bucs secondary? Because I sure as hell don't. No, I don't trust the Bucs secondary either. That front seven is great, but I don't trust the secondary. Honestly, I don't trust the Bucs secondary. I do not trust the Packers secondary, and that's what scares me. I mean, how did it feel with the fact that Gus was going to be it sucked. It sucked. Man, I'm hardly ever on Sundays. I had to watch 3 blowouts. You're hardly ever off on Sundays, but you got to deal with blowouts this week. That's unfortunate. Dak Prescott is having a field day out there. Pretty much. Packers defense needs to start learning to stop the run. They still have problems with that. Last night is evidence of that. The Browns were tearing them up with the run. They struggle to stop the run. Their secondary is inconsistent. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Packers defense. That's going to worry me come playoff time. If Cleveland kept with the run, they possibly could have won last night. Yeah, if they keep running the football, they would have gotten in field goal range instead of putting the ball in Baker's hands and having him throw 3 straight times. What were you thinking, Stefanski? But you know, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, thought the live. I was checking some stuff. Thought the live froze for a second. I was just checking something. Smoking hot take. Ravens versus Colts in Indianapolis for the AFC Championship game. That is a hot take, especially because that's assuming the Ravens make the playoffs. Do you trust the Patriots or the Chiefs secondary? I trust the defense for the Patriots. I'm fine with the Patriots defense. It's more so about that offense. Because I know Mac Jones is still a rookie, and they are very limited in what they do. The Patriots offense is nothing special. So I have some concerns about the Patriots offense more so than the Patriots defense. Now, the Chiefs defense, of course, the front seven's fine. The secondary, The secondary is a little bit of a concern, but overall, they've been playing so well that if they keep this up, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with the secondary. There's a little bit of an issue with the Chiefs secondary, but I think I'm fine with it right now based on how they've been performing. If they can keep this up, will be completely fine with the Chiefs secondary. It just comes down to that. I will be fine with the Chiefs secondary if they continue to play the way they're playing, but we'll see. We'll see. Browns need to move on from Baker. We'll see if that ends up being the case. You saw any of the Christmas games? Yeah, I saw the Christmas games. I saw Giannis and the Bucks come up clutch against the Celtics. Giannis being the monster, and what did he do? Put up 33 points. I saw that. I saw Steph ball out against the Suns, despite the fact that they were missing several guys, and Clay's still not back. So that was spectacular. Kemba balled out, but the Knicks still lost, so I remember that. And the funniest thing, the one game I remember from Christmas, Nets-Lakers. Bro, how you gonna have LeBron ball out like that? The team goes on a 17-0 run with Westbrook, and then you just put him back in the game and they end up losing. Russ went 4 for 20. I don't even know what to tell you with this team. The Lakers right now, oh my goodness. They are not a good basketball team. The Lakers are not a good basketball team. They are missing a lot of players, but they are not a good basketball team. I mean, it's going to take a lot to turn this around. And honestly, come playoff time, Russ is going to be Russ. Do you trust that down the stretch? Unless you're going to guarantee me LeBron's taking the ball out of Russ's hands, I don't know what to say. Knicks beat the... Oh, yeah, I might be talking about the wrong Knicks game. Because I did see a Knicks game. I don't know if it was... Yeah, I might be talking about the wrong Knicks game. But yeah, because I was watching multiple basketball games, I might have gotten that mistaken. Because I was watching multiple basketball games while also trying to keep up with the Packers and Browns and then the Cardinals and Colts. So I was keeping up with NFL and NBA on Christmas and doing some other stuff. So yeah, Lakers, I don't even know if they're going to make the play-in tournament right now. AD can't stay healthy. Russ, you have LeBron James is averaging. I want to pull this up right because I saw this somewhere over the last 5 games. I want to see because it was somewhere. LeBron James in the last 5 games, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists in the last 5 games. The Lakers are 0-5. You have LeBron giving you 31, 10, and 5, and you're 0-5 in those games? LeBron is playing great basketball and you're losing? Oh, my goodness. I hate to say it, but Russ got to go. Where's Russ going to go? Who is going to take this man's contract? Nobody wants Russ. Nobody wants Russ. Where are you going to trade him to? Who wants to take on that terrible contract? Nobody wants to take it on. You're stuck with Russ. 3rd and 9 here for Washington. Look at the pressure coming. Heineke's going to throw deep. He's got a man open. Where's the flag? Wow. Okay, so there's no flag. Terry looking around saying, where is the flag? Terry was open back there. He was open. He was open. He got open over Diggs. Oh, my goodness. Oh. But yeah, like, LeBron is giving you 31, 10, and 5, and you're losing. Who's going to want to take this man? Who's going to want to take this man? Nobody's going to want to take this man. So the Lakers are in trouble, man. AD should be carrying right now. He should be carrying. But guess what? It seems like AD, one, he can't stay healthy, which we knew. But two, it seems like AD is completely complacent. The first year he was with the Lakers, he played with a level of aggression, passion, and intensity. Ever since he won that ring, he has not looked the same. He has not looked the same. The intensity's not there. The aggression's not there. He should be in the conversation with guys like Embiid and Giannis and Jokic. Right now, you can't put AD in that group with the way he's looked. It's like all the passion and intensity he has is gone now that he has a ring. That's a problem. The Lakers are such an issue, man. Oh, boy. If we miss the playoffs because we got swept by the Steelers, I will actually rage. If it happens, it is what it is. So be it. What was your reaction to Tyron Woodley getting knocked out? Oh, my goodness. He went out the same way like Nate Robinson. Woodley getting dropped by Jake Paul was disgusting. It was disgusting. That was disgusting, but it was also fun. It wasn't funny. It was unfortunate, but the memes were funny. The memes were funny. That was just sad. Lakers should have got Buddy Hield. Yeah, they should have got Buddy Hield, but guess what? They had a situation going to get Buddy Hield, but they didn't go through with it and instead got Russ. Why? Because LeBron wanted Russ on the team. The reason Buddy Hield's not a Laker is because LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook. So, at the end of the day, they went with what LeBron wanted. So, now you got to deal with the situation. Figure it out, Lakers. Figure it out. They could have went to get DeMar DeRozan. They could have got Buddy Hield. They had guys they could have gone after. Hell, they could have gone after Kyle Lowry. But nah. They said, we good. Let's take Russell Westbrook. And now this is the situation the Lakers find themselves in. At the end of the day, Lakers are going to have to figure it out. Number one thing they got to do is get healthy. Number two, they got to figure out this whole playing situation. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. 2nd and 10 here for the Cowboys. Please, let's just go into half. This has been a terrible, terrible, terrible first half of Washington. This game basically looks over. You're down 35-7. Washington ain't got the intensity to come back from a 35-7 loss. 35-7 deficit here. Washington should trade Payne to Baltimore. It's too late to do that now. You gotta wait for the offseason. Mr. Triple-Double. Hey, well, at least, guess what? They lost to the Nets, but I'm pretty sure Russ got his triple-double, so everything's all good. It's getting really rough for the Lakers, man. It's getting really rough. Oh, boy, I cannot wait to turn that corner where I start talking about the NBA. I've been leaving the Lakers alone. I have been leaving the Lakers alone and hoping that they figure things out. Unfortunately, they haven't figured a damn thing out. Things are getting worse. And now it's really looking bad because you have LeBron playing great basketball and they're losing games. Third and 10, they're just going to dump it underneath and pick up a first down. Fantastic. Moving the chains. Dallas might put up some more points here. Fantastic. We can't make a stop. Would you take Darren Payne? I'd consider it. Yeah, good for Dak. He's improved on his mechanics. Dak, 23 of 28, 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, where's the competition here? It's not even close. It's not even close right now. Drew Lock or Nick Foles? You're not winning either one of those. At least Nick Foles is a veteran. I'll take the veteran. I'll have to take Nick Foles. Maybe he could win me a game late in the season. Dak somehow gets that away. He has he has one of the defenders on his leg, getting ready to drag him down, and he somehow gets the football away and throws it out of bounds. How did he get that out? All right, good on Dak, somehow getting that out. That was careful with that leg. Gotta protect Dak, man. 51 seconds left, 2nd and 10 here. I mean, at least Foles beat Brady in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know if I got Nick Foles, he's not going to help me throughout the season, but he may give me a win late in the season. If I need a late season win, Nick Foles might be able to get that for my team, because I know what he brings to the table in that case. He can't carry a franchise, but he can win you a game if you need it. Wow. Are you telling me they're really about to put more points off before the halftime? Can y'all make a stop? Oh, my goodness. Another first down picked up. They're going to give up more points on this drive. Oh, yeah, that was 4 years ago. Absolutely. That was 4 years ago when he did that, and that was great. I'm not saying that's the Nick Foles you're going to get nowadays. I'm just saying Nick Foles is a veteran, and he's good enough to get you a win. He's not good enough to carry a team. He cannot be your franchise guy. He cannot be the starter full-time for a season. But if you need a win late in December, he might give it to you. Dak goes down the field. Could have been picked. Missed him. Couldn't get that catch. 24 seconds left on the clock. 3rd down and 2 here. But yeah, Nick Foles can get you a win late in the season. He can do that. Can't carry a team, but he can get you a win late in the season. Drew Lock or Daniel Jones. Neither one of this is good. At least I'll take Daniel Jones. And he's going downfield again? Incomplete. 4th down here, 18 seconds. Yeah, I watched the Death Battle season finale. It was nice. It was interesting. Damn, you living through this twice today. First, the Bengals game, now this. Yeah, I'm living through this twice. I'm so happy that I have to live through this twice. It's that type of day. It's like my Sundays get ruined by football for no reason. But yeah, I saw the season finale for Death Battle. What was it? Saitama versus Popeye. And Popeye won, which makes sense because Popeye literally breaks the laws of physics like cartoons always do. So, of course, Popeye was going to beat Saitama. Saitama is an anime protagonist. Anime protagonist is not being a cartoon character that can break the laws of physics. 4th down and 2. Of course, they pick up the 1st down. 12 seconds left. Schultz a little bit shaken up, and flags are thrown on the play. So that's probably going to be on the defense here. Well, at least we've seen the Steelers get beat and banged on. Yeah, they got beat, but, I mean, it doesn't necessarily help. When you watch your team continue to lose, that doesn't really help your case out. So now the Cowboys might put another touchdown. Great. Now I got to sit back and actually consider whether or not I want to come back and talk. Because my throat is actually hurting because I was talking way too much in that Ravens-Bengals game. Like, after the game was over, I talked for like another 20-plus minutes for no reason. So that got me, and I'm just like, oi. So my throat is sore right now. So I got to seriously sit back and think about whether or not I want to come back and do the second half of this. Because if I come back, I will not be able to finish the full live stream here, man. My voice is shot right now. That's why I have to keep drinking water and trying to just preserve this. But my voice is shot. It's breaking up. Chiefs versus Titans or Colts for the AFC Championship game. I can see that happening. Just based on how the AFC looks, I can see that happening. Maybe we could put the Bills into that, but again, I'm not 100% sure on the Bills, though. Bills confuse me in a lot of cases, but we'll see. First and 10, 10 seconds left. Dak holds, fires. It's caught, touchdown. So, yeah, I might actually end the stream here. I'm being dead serious. It is 41-7. What can I possibly do in the second half? My voice is shot. My throat is sore. And the Cowboys are up 42-7. I might actually head out and not finish the second half. Like, I might actually have to head out and not finish the second half because I don't think I could talk for another hour and a half. Like, I'm actually starting to lose my voice. Bills are an enigma this season. Like, I might have to call it here, man. Stream tomorrow night, Saints versus Dolphins. If I'm home tomorrow, I'll be streaming that. This might be the last time you guys hear from me tonight. With 5 seconds left, this legit might be my last time tonight. I might actually end the stream here because I don't know if I want to. First of all, this game's over. It's 42-7. The game is over. There's not a single comeback Washington can do to pull this off. They don't got the offensive power for that. But this game is mostly over. I'm losing my voice. And if I want to be able to do Monday Night Football tomorrow, I have to make sure my voice is in order for that. So this might actually be the end of me discussing tonight. We might make this a first half type situation, and I just cut it here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, they're going to halftime, and honestly, yeah, I might have to cut this here. This has been fun so far, though, but I might have to cut this here. Obviously, I'll go in. I'll probably just cut this here. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably just cut this here. Because I don't want to be, put into intermission, and then I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to cut it. So, yeah, we're probably going to end it here. Dallas is up 42-7. I mean, this is a joke. It's over. There is nothing else for me to add. And I'd prefer to just end it here instead of torturing you guys and torturing myself with another half of awful football like this. 42-7. There's nothing to be said. 42-7. Game's over. Honestly, I could probably do another hour and a half of this if my voice was there. But my voice is just gone. My throat is sore. It's because I spent too long talking in that Ravens-Bengals situation. Then I had to make a video as well, and it's just my voice is shot, my throat is sore, and I know I'm going to have to talk tomorrow if I'm going to be doing Monday Night Football. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to drop some videos tomorrow regarding the Ravens situation. So honestly, I think I'm going to end it here, guys. We're going to go into halftime. We're just going to end it here. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, man. I'm going to have to end it here. But I appreciate you guys stopping back. As Heineke takes a knee, the first half comes to an end, and this is a joke. I appreciate you guys stopping by here and talking for this first half here. If I had my voice. If I had my voice, I would just come back for the second half and talk about questions and stuff like that. But honestly, I can't speak for another. I have to rest my voice, especially because I will most likely do Monday Night Football. And if I'm going to do Monday Night Football, I got to be ready for that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Washington found a way to disappoint me, and I'm not about to sit through another half. You're down 35. This is unfortunate, man. This is just unfortunate. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go rest my voice, and yeah, thanks for ruining the night, Washington. What else is new? Is this the biggest first half blowout in history? I don't know. Someone would have to check for that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. With that being said, that is all I got, and I will see y'all later. Peace out. Oh, my throat.